In order to replace the needle threader motor unit, you must inspect the new one. You will see when inspecting it that it does not come with the LED lamp wire. The LED lamp wire must run through the top, through the white thread cover guide, with the rest of the wires. You will see that the existing LED lamp wire on the machine must run through the top in order to keep it safe. First, we need to remove the white thread cover guide. There is a small Phillips head screw which is on the left side of it, and that must be removed fully. Then you will see another small Phillips head screw on the front of the threader motor unit. Now, start to pull the white cover towards you and twist it down in order to free the wires from the cover guide. Make sure that all the wires are in the front of the threader motor unit. This way they do not get pinched between the threader motor bracket and the casting of the machine. When lining the threader motor up, you must look at three different things. The first is at the top of the bracket, you must make sure that the handle will fit into the top. Not only that, but on the left side of the threader motor bracket, it must fit into the top of the rear cover. And you have the white little clip at the top of your threader shaft that must go inside between the two black blocks. Start to put the threader motor bracket on and line those three items up and hold it there gently. While holding it there, you will need to grab one of the large Phillips head screws and put it into position on the left hand side. This screw you will not tighten all the way. This way, when you put the second screw in, it will make it easier in case it has shifted or misaligned. Now replace the second screw, and this one you can tighten fully, and go back and tighten the first screw that you put in. Replace the screw on the top of the bracket, the rear panel, and tighten that as well. Now you need to grab all the wires from the threader motor unit itself and bring them towards the top. Also bring the lamp wire up and try to guide them in with the rest of the wires. You want to keep the excess wires towards the back and leave just a little bit of slack towards the front. Now grab the white threader cover and hook it from underneath. As you hook the wires from underneath, turn the white threader cover upward and guide the wires through the white threader cover. Put the cover back onto the needle threader motor, and you need to inspect it to make sure no wires have been pinched between the white cover and the threader motor bracket itself. You can use a small flathead screwdriver, but very carefully, to help you guide the wires into the cover guide. Now, grab the two small Phillips head screws and replace them into the white cover back into your needle threader step motor. One on the left side, and the last one in the front of the white cover. Make sure the wires underneath from the front cover are not being pinched. You can see when you pull on that they're free, and they're not being pinched in between the cover and the motor bracket. Now we have to take the wires and run them through a wire guide at the top of the machine. I find it easy to untangle the wires first and to run one at a time through the guide. If you try to shove all the wires into the guide, you could end up pinching them or hurting the wires. It is better to start out, even though that some may come out in the future while you're plugging them in. It's always better to start out one at a time. As you have run them through, start to plug the wires back into the small board at the top of the 11,000. You will see that these are color coded as well and pin counted. Take your time as you plug them in. This is a smaller area, a little bit tighter to work in. If the plug is not fitting in correctly, take it out, take a look at it, and take a look at the outlet itself, and make sure that you are putting it in the correct way. Try to refit all the wires back into the guide. Now you have one longer wire, which is longer than the rest. This wire is going to help you keep the rest of the wires down. You're going to take the wire and you're going to wrap it around the end of the rest of the wires that you have just plugged in. You will be able to wrap it around at least twice. You will still have enough slack to be able to put this plug into its outlet. We'll go back and double check the wires to make sure they're not falling out of the wire guide, and we will plug in. Now, like we said before, if it does not fit, take a look at it. Maybe you have to turn it around and make sure you plug it in correctly. You will see that all the wires are in place and not hanging out. Now install the faceplate. Replace one screw at the bottom and replace the second screw towards the top. You will have to kind of judge this in a way that when you close it, it will lock when it's closed. So to test it, we close it and it locks, and we can open it, closes it and it locks. And we turn it around towards the front and we look at the front panel, the tension unit, and the faceplate. There is a contoured line which hopefully should be in the correct position. Now you need to replace the lamp bracket. You will fit it under the lamp cover. Take the small Phillips head screw and put it into its position. Now, once you have put the threader motor back on, you want to test it to make sure it's okay. Start to turn the black screw down in order to lower the white plate with the red arrow on it. You can see that it only has a little bit of wiggle. It does not move up and down freely by itself.